Okay, let's just say it. Talking to your kids about money. For so many of us, just hearing that phrase makes our shoulders tense up, right? It can bring on this wave of anxiety. But what if we could flip that script? What if we could turn all that anxiety into actual confidence? Well, that's exactly what we're going to tackle. I'm going to give you the tools to do just that. And yeah, let's start right there with that feeling. Read this quote. Does it hit a little too close to home? If it does, you are so not alone. This is the core reason so many of us just stay quiet. We're afraid of passing on our own mistakes or, revealing to our kids that we don't really have it all figured out. So let's dig into that. Let's pull back the curtain on this whole money silence thing. Why is this topic, which is absolutely crucial to adult life, so incredibly difficult to talk about with our own kids? It's a really good question, isn't it? I mean, think about it. We teach our kids to look both ways before crossing the street. We teach them to be kind, to work hard in school. But when it comes to money, there's just this big, awkward silence. And here are the big reasons why. I'm guessing some of these feel pretty familiar. It's kind of like imposter syndrome, but for your bank account. We worry we don't know enough ourselves. We're scared of giving the wrong advice and messing them up for life. We have that hot mess feeling about our own finances. And oh man, that last one is huge. How do you present a united front when you and your spouse are not on the same page about money? Okay, so that's the problem. But here's the really good news. You do not need a PhD in economics to get this right. I promise. It all boils down to a few simple but really powerful rules that can completely reframe these conversations. All right, here they are. 4 straightforward rules. Number 1, start now, like today, but keep it simple. Number 2, be honest, but, age-appropriately honest. You can tell your 7-year-old, hey, we're cooking at home more to save up for our vacation without getting into scary details about a job loss. Third, use concrete numbers. We'll come back to that one in a sec. And fourth, present a united front. And guys, this one is critical. Research actually shows that college kids whose parents fought about money are nearly 3 times more likely to have serious credit card debt. That's a big deal. But I really want to focus on rule number 3, because this is the secret weapon. Numbers make things real. Saying saving is good is just, well, it's fuzzy. It's abstract, but showing them why it's good with actual numbers, like if you save $5 a week, you'll have enough for that new bike in 2 months. Boom, that's a game changer. It makes the concept click. And this is the power of using real numbers. Look at that, over $1 million. That's not a lottery ticket. That's what a 22-year-old could have at retirement just by saving $315 a month in a 401k. That single concrete example is so much more effective than 100 lectures on the importance of saving. Okay, so that's great for an older kid, but how do you make these ideas practical for a little one? Let's look at a super simple, hands-on tool you can start using this week, the 3-jar method. Think of this as your kid's very first budget. It's the perfect way to put those rules into practice. Anytime they get cash, allowance, birthday money, whatever, it gets divided into 3 clear categories. You've got a jar for spending on stuff they want right now, a jar for saving for bigger goals like a video game, and a jar for giving to help others. This simple physical act teaches the 3 core pillars of money management in a way even a preschooler can totally understand. But here is the absolute key. It has to be a routine. This isn't about willpower, it's about building a habit, making it an automatic, consistent ritual. The minute we get cash, it goes in the jars. That builds the financial muscle memory that will serve them for the rest of their lives. And what's really fascinating is that when you build these routines, you're not just teaching financial literacy, you're actually teaching deeper life skills, things like work ethic, persistence, and that all-important delayed gratification. Take a look at this. This is based on some really groundbreaking research. When we praise our kids' effort, I love the way you worked so hard on that drawing, over some innate talent, you're so artistic, we teach them that hard work is what matters. Saying, you're so smart can actually backfire, leading kids to give up when things get tough because they think they've hit the limit of their talent. But praising the process, that builds resilience. And here's a really cool, practical tool for teaching persistence. It's called the Batman effect. It sounds fun, and it is, but it's also backed by serious research. It's a form of what psychologists call self-distancing. Basically, kids will stick with a boring task for way longer if they pretend to be a hardworking character, like Batman. Asking them, is Batman working hard, is actually more effective than asking, am I working hard? It's a simple but powerful way to teach them to push through challenges. Okay, we have covered a lot. The fears, the rules, the practical tools, and the deeper character lessons. So let's bring this all together with one final, simple assignment. Forget trying to do everything at once. Forget about becoming a perfect financial guru overnight. Let's just boil all of this down to one single question. And this is it. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to have all the answers. The single most powerful thing you can do is to unlock this conversation. Simply start talking. That one simple act is the very first step to making your kid a money genius.